Mr. Garcia, while I usually don't go into stories behind stories, I think that it is important for me to understand what your circumstance was when you moved in to the defendant's home.
Well, Your Honor, my circumstances...
I didn't ask you questions. I understand from your paperwork that you were going through a nasty divorce and that you had exhausted all of your resources, according to you, with lawyers, because the divorce involved custody of one or more children. How many children do you have? So you looked online and you found that the defendant, Ms. Galloway, was renting what you initially thought was a room in her house. You thought that you sort of got the drift that she was renting space in the room because she had 2 beds in the room and you agreed to take the room. How much were you charged in rent?
$150 a week, Your Honor.
$150 for space in that room.
Yes, sir.
Just a place to sleep, because she moved somebody else in to the other bed shortly thereafter. Is that person here?
No.
Right here.
Here. So you moved in after he did. On what date did you move in?
Don't know the exact date. I believe it was around October 27th.
And on what date did you move out?
December the 12th.
So you were there about 6 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor.
At some point, Miss Galloway got a protective order against you, which you claim was false.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also claim that she took some of your property.
Yes, Your Honor.
And harassment and animal cruelty, because you also had a dog and say that she put the dog outside. The dog's fine now.
He's with my wife, Your Honor.
So the dog went home
Yes.
with your wife and son. You don't live with your wife and son.
I presently know, Your Honor.
No. Were you supposed to take the dog in the first place?
He was my dog, yes, Your Honor.
But she agreed to take the dog.
Temporarily until I got myself
Doesn't
stabilized.
sound like such a bad soul, and doesn't sound as if it's that acrimonious anymore. Is it still?
The divorce?
Yes.
It's still turbulent, Your Honor, yes.
She must have liked your dog
Everyone does.
more than you.
Everyone does.
Anyway, so you were there for this glorious 6 weeks. Now, you did in fact get a protective order against him.
I got a temporary restraining order, yes.
And did that protective order provide that he move out?
No,
It was just a protective order.
correct.
And when did you get it?
I got it on December 2nd.
So, in order for me to find out whether it was false or not, tell me why you applied for a protective order.
Okay, on December 1st, after Dan had moved out at about 5 p.m.,
That's this person.
correct, I wasn't feeling well, so I went to bed. And Edwin came in about 10 and woke me.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
You live there too?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we exchanged a few words, and then he went in and went to sleep. And at approximately somewhere between 10:15 and 10:30, I hear this huge thump, like somebody was being thrown against a wall, and all this screaming, and it was horrible, horrible profanity. You're my best friend, you're my brother. I want to know who in the... And then I jumped up. I thought his wife was in the room. So I went to the room. I was knocking on the door, and I know you're around, you're with 2.
So you heard this terrible scream.
Right, and he was talking to his mother. He wanted to know who his father was. It was the end result of the conversation before I opened the door. And as I opened the door, I hear, "Get out of here, get out of here." He said, "I'll call you back." He threw his phone against the couch, and then he turned around and I said, "What are you on? Your eyes, like, you look crazy. What is wrong with you? Have you been smoking?" And he said, "Constance, if you don't want to feel my wrath, you'll get out of here." And then he looked over to the couch arm where I look and see this huge hunting knife, jagged edge, nasty looking thing. And I said, "I'm calling the cops." And he said, "Go ahead." So I went in my room, I locked the door, I called 911.
And based on that, you filed the TRO.
Yes, and Edwin heard all this.
That all sound right to you?
No, Your Honor.
Well, you know, Mr. Garcia, I'm really a good judge of when somebody is telling me a fib. So, who